How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with a little bit more Fishweir brewing, courtesy of my boy Carson, and this is their Prime. It is a barrel-aged sour beer. It says gorgeous blonde sour with subtle yet complex acidity. Prime has a traditional lambic nose combined with fruit and farm fresh flavors on the finish, aged for 10 months, and while still on the younger side, you can expect a very deep flavor profile and a great introduction to what we have to offer here at Fishweir Brewing. So it kind of sounds like maybe like their kind of base sour. We'll see what's what, 5.8% alcohol by volume. Done. Very cool label. So golden sour, aged in barrels. It's a lambic-like nose and fruit, so I don't know if there's any addition to it. It doesn't look like it. We'll see what's what. Yeah, I mean, rich, soft haze, looks all a part of a New England style IPA, saison, golden sour, all those kind of things. A unfiltered or non-dropped out kind of beer. It had a just off-white head that dissipated really quickly. Let's grab a nose. I mean, it does smell a lot like the base golden sours I've had from some really good breweries. So, very reminiscent of Rare Barrel. Very reminiscent of Hudson Valley Brewing when they first started off, before they started to do all the sour IPA and stuff like that. They still do those beers, but you see them quite a bit less unless you go to the brewery itself. It just has that rich kind of not overly acidic kind of apple cider vinegar thing going on. I am not a big fan of apple cider vinegar. But when it's done like this, to where it's not too acidic, it's not too vinegary, it's something almost like a slightly fermented out kind of apple cider vibe, which is very, very delicious. There is a little bit of like soft fruit skinniness, and maybe that's what they're talking about when it comes to the kind of lambic kind of aspect of it, in that there's this, I get from a lot of sour beers, more specifically like spontaneous beers or naturally inoculated beers, especially if you're letting an orchard do its job, that kind of skin you would find on a peach or a grape even, or those kind of fruits where it has this kind of tannic skin kind of quality to it. So you're getting that nice, soft, slightly acidic sour. It's very much kind of a little bit of soft apple vibes, a little bit of soft kind of sown fruit skin kind of vibes, a nice sweetness to it, but it smells like it's going to be a little bit puckering acidic. Let's dive in. Cheers. Man, that's creepily drinkable. Way more drinkable than I thought it was going to be based off of the nose. So yeah, I mean, there's an acidity to it. But it like really jumps out hard, but stops and plateaus pretty quick. Main line's long and then slowly drops off towards the end. There's really not this puckering bite to it. It's acidic. You know it's acidic. But I don't think this will give me heartburn. Let's put it that way. There's a really nice oak component to this. It's like fresh foeder. It's not like fresh wine barrel or fresh even like second use barrel, something like that. It's very much like very fresh foeder vibes off of this one. So a nice rich oak, a little bit of soft kind of vanilla action. So like your vanilla kind of oak you would get from a fresh like French oakiness. That little bit of a kind of tannic peach skin thing comes through, but it's really just more of kind of an apple cider-esque vinegar kind of acidity to it that doesn't get too acid forward. That oak tempers it both in a flavor and from the dryness from the tannins. And there's a little bit of a kind of savory component to it. Like, it's hard to explain. There's a little bit of like a almost smoky characteristic. That might be a little kind of the sulfur vibes that sometimes you get from sour beers that come through, but it's not overt and it's so small. It's reminded me of almost like a smoky character as opposed to just that kind of sulfury vibe. I don't think it's adding to the beer. I don't think it's detracting to the beer. It's something that I'm picking up, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I love or hate it.